Hello Gemini, this is your reading for April 2019. I almost said 2016, I don't know why. Well, hello Gemini, this is a general reading for your sign in for Sun, Moon and Rising Gemini, alright? And if it resonates, it resonates, and if it doesn't resonate, it doesn't. It means that this particular reading was not for you. Even though if you do find yourself, find your way to this channel, there might be some message there for you, even though... Sorry, I'm already in the story. So even though not everything may resonate at first glance, if you find yourself on this channel, there might be something there for you. But again, don't take it to the heart. If it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. It's general. So let's see what the cards have for Gemini in the month of April 2016. Three of Swords energy. Matters of the mind. Alright, there you go. It comes with the Six of Wands. I hope you see that. Oh wow, that was fast. This is the Emperor, which is a 4. One more card for Gemini, please. For the month of April 2019. I wish you were well, Gemini. One more card. Did I see something flip here? No. Okay. Okay, something did flip now. And we have the Seven of Wands. Okay, 6, 7. Ooh. Bottom of the deck we have the Nine of Cups. So this is the underlying energy, right? Like this has something to do with your wish fulfillment, with what you find happiness in, your way to happiness, or about seeing your own happiness here. So let's start with this Three of Swords. Three of Swords, contrary to the common belief that it has to do only with heartbreak and with loss and pain, I don't see it as such a negative card. Actually, 3, it's a mental energy, and the swords are mental energy. Like it's all about your mind. And you see these 3 swords are crossing the heart. Well, they're crossing the heart because the mind and the heart are getting aligned. That literally means processing. It means that you had processed, or you are in need of processing of some of your emotions at a mental level, or you need to align your thoughts to what your heart desires, right? And the desires of the heart, well, they're usually something that's much deeper than what the mind thinks. Like when you think, oh, what do I want from life? The mind is trying to find, like, I don't know, the dream that's like the common dream, or what's expected, or what's what's out there, what we learn from others. It's a learned dream. But the heart, well, the heart asks for something simple. We all kind of want to be loved. We all want and need to be nourished and cared for, and to have someone to love, a container for our own love. And from those like basic needs of the heart, the mind is trying to find a way to either get away from them and or get away with fulfilling them, or in this case to recognize them and find a way to make them happen. How do I provide nourishment and love for myself? Oh my god, this comes with the Sun. See, I'm telling you, this is not a negative card at all, Gemini. And this is Swords energy. Like, this is what you do You are good with the mental processes. You are good with understanding things at intellectual level. Well, in disguise, you're understanding your heart. You're understanding your basic needs, and you're understanding how to fulfill them, which is fantastic. And that comes with the Sun card. That comes with like, hey, yeah, I'm shedding light into a part of myself that I haven't seen it. And here you have this inner child coming out and playing and being like so happy for this deep insight, this processing that sets you free, allows you to go out and play and to be naked and vulnerable and feel safe with the sun as an entity up there looking out for you. Because you learn how to look out for yourself. Alright. This is beautiful energy. And there you go, you have it comes afterwards with with the 6 of Wands and the 10 of Cups. These are like the happiest cards you can get. And you have the 9 of Cups there, which is wish fulfillment, right? So this is what you're working with or through or for. So after all this processing of the emotions of the heart and process of the mind being kind of like aligned with your heart desires and needs, and after liberating those parts of yourself that needed to be liberated and recognizing the inner child and its needs and things like this, well, you get to have the recognition for it. You get to parade around and people see it. People observe this process within you. They see you shining like the sun here. And that brings like ultimate happiness to you. You all need to be recognized and seen, you know. Whether we realize it or not, to a certain degree. Of course, first things first, we need to see and recognize ourselves. But when others agree with us and observe it as well, then and it is really, really nice and it's really, really happy. And this is a parade like after a battle, after hard work. You didn't win this laurels for nothing, you know. You had to do the work, you had to do the processing, which sometimes is pretty tough and pretty hard, you know. So you see all these like stormy clouds and you've been through the storm to get there. The sun came out and you are like you are coming out the other way victorious, and that brings happiness, and that brings probably also new recognition of happiness that probably was there but you weren't able to see it. And this brings new structure in your life. This brings a structure that you want to hold on to. The Emperor is a very grounded energy. It's someone who's really king of my castle, how they say. Like you really, really know what you're doing now. You've grounded, you're structured, you have an overview over your kingdom. You know, the Emperor is in this position because he's powerful, because he is strong, because he has the structure and authority. And that means that he recognized each and every aspect of himself and his kingdom, and he sees them all. And a good emperor rules with compassion and with awareness. And here you have all this like red behind it, and you have the red of the heart and the cape, and again this cape here. It feels like the emperor really God, beautiful energy here, Gemini. The Emperor really processed everything. And that's why he has so much stability and structure. That's why he's in this position. And he's wearing the red cape on himself, which means self-awareness, which means... Oops. Yeah. Which means... being fully empowered with awareness of the heart and awareness of the mind. And this comes with the World card, which is a card of completion, which is a card of learned lessons, which is a card of growth and moving on to the next cycle. It's an end of a cycle, and I think it's an end of this whole whatever you had to process here brings you to graduation. But then after you graduated from this amazing process, okay, yeah, you have the bottom of the deck here, you have the Strength card to go along with your theme. So after you process all this, and after you gain like this stability and the structure in your life that you probably really needed, you have to. There's this tendency of becoming too defensive, of having to protect what is it that you earned through this process. And this defensiveness sometimes ends up being too much, and you end up building a wall, building a strong wall around you that won't allow you to be present anymore, won't allow you to connect, to be open, to learn, to grow. And I think the Tower here is not necessarily a strong Tower moment, it's more of a warning. Like if you end up being like too embedded in the structure and you start becoming rigid, and then you start becoming overprotective of it and defensive, and you close yourself up, then you won't get to keep what is it that you earned here. Because being closed is not a state of growth, is not a state of reaching that place of happiness. So the Tower will be eventually destroyed by the grace of God, by if you or however you want to call it, by the universe's will, by your higher self, because your higher self doesn't want you to fence up and to close yourself up into a moment in time. Things need to change and flow. So yeah, I think this is just a warning. It's not necessarily saying that this is coming right now. It's coming if you don't allow for flexibility. Don't get too stuck into this Emperor energy. It is okay to stand up for yourself. It is okay to defend your beliefs, to protect yourself. But if you become overprotective of that happiness you've earned through this process, then you are going to end up crushing that. And yeah, that crushing itself, like if you do go there, the point is that we grow. Whatever we do, whether we want it or not, we're going to learn. And one way to do it is by relaxing a little bit in this energy and allowing yourself to just be happy and enjoy what you've enjoy the ride, enjoy the journey. Or you're gonna go fence up and you're going to have the Tower coming, and it's gonna be a new lesson, and you're gonna learn it one way or another, and they're both gonna lead to strength. Yeah. That inner strength, that inner strength is like real growth. It's like when we're starting to own our own power, when we're coming into our senses, when we're becoming aware of our place in the universe. See, this lady's got the infinity sign on top of her head. She's connected with entire universe. That's why she's also connected with the beast. She's able to tame the beast through compassion, not through rigid and a little bit like over tyrannical. Sometimes the emperor can get tyrannical on the downside if it gets too rigid. So this is a reminder that we need to bring in compassion, and this is how we grow. And if we do end up having this tower moment, because I don't know, maybe sometimes we just don't see the signs when we fence ourselves too much, then anyway it's gonna lead to strength, because we're gonna cultivate even more compassion, and it's gonna bring, like, these tough moments sometimes bring in the strength we never knew we had. And that's real growth, is not just holding on to the structure that I've created. This is an 8, this is a 4. It means like taking it the next level of a structure, and it's the worldly structure, and it's also the spiritual structure, the mental structure, the higher plane structure. It's 4 and 4. This is beautiful energy. I'd like to pull out some clarifiers here for the Emperor and for the 7 of Wands, yeah. So please clarify the World and the Emperor. So it's a completion. Another way to look at this is a different perspective, would be to, okay, so you have this structure, and that is brought up by this completion of this process, yeah, and it's graduation, and you grow, and you need to hold your ground, you need to protect yourself, you need to create this container for yourself, because there's this tower moment coming. But to be honest, to me it makes much more sense the other version, where if we do fence up too high, then whether we want it or not, those towers were gonna go down. All right, let's clarify. Let's put some clarifiers. The World with the Emperor. Let's clarify the World with the Emperor. All right. So it comes with the Knight of Cups. This is the drive of expansion on your emotional level. So the Knights are young energy, and the Knight of Cups is someone who's like vulnerable and allowing out to go out there, looking out for emotional connection, love, and vulnerability. It's a little bit needy, but it's alright. It's that need drives the transformation and an expansion, right? And maybe this is why the Emperor tends to be overprotective, because this is a soft energy. This is an energy that's vulnerable, and sometimes we end up being a little bit too protective of the vulnerable side of ourselves, of the gentle side of ourselves, the soft side of ourselves, because maybe we've been hurt before in the past, and our heart wants to go out there and look for new love and new connection and offers and share, and really go out there, put ourselves out there. But then there's this overprotective side which just says like, no. Nobody gets to see this part of me. And then you fence up like crazy, and you fight up with everyone. That comes with offers of growth, actually. These are life lessons, you know. Sevens are always about life lessons, but you see, these are ones that come with leaves on them, which symbolizes growth, you know. And this guy is like trying to fight them off. Sometimes that's not the way to go. sometimes you gotta like, hey, yeah, one at a time, not all of them, or you know, putting some boundaries, but not completely rejecting what can potentially bring love and growth and connection and expansion. Knights are very expansive energy. Okay, let's clarify the Seven of Wands of the Tower. The context of the Knight, it actually makes a lot of sense to me. And there you go, it's the Two of Pentacles. This is like juggling up your your world here. And again, I see the sign of infinity coming here with like in the, you see? Like this juggler here is juggling with these two physical elements of the world. And it's created this like, it's almost like playing with the universe, playing with your luck here. You're connecting with something, but you're not particularly stable in that connection. Anyway, you're doing it with grace. You're juggling it. You're juggling your. This is like your emotions on a physical realm, expression of emotion in the real life. And I see the infinity sign here. And that this lady is like, she's tamed her emotions, she's tamed her wild side, she's tamed her passion. This guy here is more like playing with them. can lead a little bit to arrogance, but it does not necessarily from arrogance. I suppose it's more about like too many things happening at the same time, and all you can do at this point is juggle. And you've got like these waves in the back. These are like it's water, these emotions, you know, and they're like a little bit wild there. And here you have some ships. Let me see a little bit. Yeah, I've got two ships here, and they seem to be like also barely. You never know if they're gonna make it. You know, it's like the, navigating these tumultuous waters there. But also ships means support. So there's support there for you. There you go. You have the strength card like right at the bottom of the deck. This is the underlying energy. All of this leads to wish fulfillment and strength. So I feel like in this context with the Seven of Wands and the Tower and having these Two of Pentacles, clarifying these two right after this King of Cups. Yeah, when we go out there expanding our emotional realm, we can become a little bit unstable, and we can feel like we're really juggling in there and juggling with our emotions, juggling with it's quite a difficult task to balance. And this is why the Emperor is so afraid and so protective, and that's why you want to protect yourself so badly. But you can do this. You're good at this. This guy is doing this juggle with grace. You know, he's sitting on one foot, is creating that infinity sign with the Two Pentacles. He's got this. Don't be afraid to be playful. Don't be afraid to play the game, to go out there into the world and allow the emotions to settle. By allowing them to be, by allowing this expansion to go out there. So I think this is all about your journey of understanding happiness and understanding what are your wishes really. Do you wish for love? Do you wish for, or do you just wish for stability? And this is Cups energy, so I think you do want that emotional fulfillment that does not necessarily come from the very, very rigid energy of the Emperor. The Emperor is great, don't get me wrong, I love the Emperor energy and we need it. But seeing these two together and then the Tower, it shows me that maybe it's going a little bit to the other side when it's just becoming too much. So there you go, this beautiful energy, it's really beautiful, this processing and this freeing your inner child that brings this amazing expansion and growth and recognition and reward, you know. The reward is happiness, it's a happy home, it's a happy environment, it's a happy life that you tend to become overprotective with, and then you grow through this expansion of your feelings and emotion and on your soft side, and then you become a little bit overprotective. But you can juggle this. No matter which way you go, even if you end up through the Tower, it will anyway go to strength. It will bring up your strength and it will bring up your natural happiness, joy. That it's always there, but sometimes we just don't see it because we get stuck. We build up these walls. Well, alright, Gemini, that's a beautiful energy. Thank you very much for joining me here. If you resonate with this reading, please like, share and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.